Yo, man.
The final of Greenpower 2004 was held at Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit in West Sussex on the 10th of October. Throughout the summer, over 200 secondary schools throughout the UK had raced their Greenpower Formula 24 cars in 9 regional qualifying heats to get to the final. With the Formula 24 rules covering most aspects of car shape, size and safety features, and all cars using the same motors and batteries, the basic F24 playing field is pretty level, with budgets varying from £10 to over £1,000 and a race length of 6 hours. Anything can happen. The race uses the full Goodwood 2.4-mile motor racing circuit, and all the normal race facilities are in use. All cars in the race carry a number that reflects how well they did in the qualifying rounds, all of which were of the same 6-hour duration. Number 1 is the top seed with over 150 miles under its belt from its qualifying round to number 77 with a mere 90 miles. The race begins with a parade down the main straight for all the entrants in numerical order. This gives all teams a chance to show off their vehicles and to get them sorted out for the starting grid. It also gives the spectators an opportunity to see the variety of designs and shapes of cars on show and to absorb the enthusiasm of the teams. With all the competitors drawn from years 7 to 11, there are plenty of options available, with most schools now opting for younger, lighter drivers. The all-girls teams are some of the best exponents of the light is best theory. As the cars go past, it is clear just how many different materials have been used to make them, from simple wooden frames on one hand to advanced carbon composite structures on the other. Many make use of aluminium for both chassis and body covering, while others stick to simple plywood and screws. Over the 6 years that Greenpower has been running the Formula 24 race programs, car body streamlining has become something of an art form, as the advanced aerodynamics have come into play. The field also has a fine mix of veteran cars, some now in their 5th year of competition, and brand new concept cars. Most cars have gears, some only 2, others up to 14. Some have variable speed control, others just an on-off button. Speeds have risen since 1999 from a mandatory 25 miles per hour to the 40 mph plus recorded by Turbo Tortoise car number 3 in its Goodwood heat in July. The rules of Formula 24 electric car marathon races are simple and consistent. All the cars have to be built to the Greenpower Formula 24 specification and have to pass a rigorous scrutineering by members of the University of Brighton engineering faculty. Each car has a set of 4 batteries, 2 on the car and 2 off. Greenpower supply all teams with a standard battery charger for use during the race. These can be changed as many times as a team wants during the race. The charger's rate of charge is about half the rate of discharge of the batteries when on the car. Each race is held over 6 hours, with the idea to travel as far as possible in this period. Each team has 6 drivers who must drive a minimum of 20 minutes and a maximum of 2 hours during the race. Each team has a 6-person pit crew, whose job it is to keep the cars going and to ensure that the pit stops are carried out as quickly and efficiently as possible during the race. All drivers had to be dressed correctly and to have full-length clothing on at all times. Gloves and helmets must be worn, and either goggles or visors worn at all times when in the car. As battery and driver changing strategies are often worked out as the race goes on, most cars are fitted with some communications means so that the drivers are in constant contact with their pits. Some of the cars racing today have already completed over 1,000 miles in previous races and practices. All teams are equipped with plenty of spares, as it is not unusual for a car to go through several sets of tyres in the course of the 6 hours. As 11 a.m. approaches, the 77 cars are brought onto the main straight and formed into rows of 5 cars. Each car is allowed one pusher, who must not take more than 2 steps when launching the car. The flag goes down at 11 o'clock and the top 5 seeds are pushed off. With 6 hours to go, a lot of the cars are not in too much of a hurry to pull away, and they are under strict orders not to go too near any of the other vehicles. After hundreds of hours of building, practicing, repairing and racing in the heats, the finalists are anxious not to spoil everything in the first few minutes of the race. As the pushers clear the track, the marshals flag away the next row, thus ensuring that there are no first corner incidents. The teams cheer themselves hoarse as their cars finally get going in the final. Within minutes, all 77 cars are away and racing and flood down towards Madgwick Corner. Some of the more carefree cars are moving up through the field, whilst the more cautious concentrate on their power settings and rev counters. There's a long way to go. The race is now on. 6 hours or not, the thrill of racing rules, and the faster cars are pulling away from the pack and streaming through the famous Goodwood chicane. Sandbach High School won the Best Presented Team Award. Here, their Cork 2 is overtaken by King Arthur's Community College KA, heading for 15th place. In their 4th year of Greenpower, Madeley High School's Silver Shadow finished 36th. Greyhound from the girls at St Philip Howard Catholic High School were heading for 7th place. An early spinner is Chatham House Grammar School's I've Lost My Tractor. This is Asphalt 3 from Heathfield Community College, which won the Perseverance Award. The Turbo Tortoise was anything but. This was the surprise favourite for the event from Furs Platt Senior School, Maidenhead. Eton College's Red Power 2 heads for the pits. Meteor from St Mary's School, Colchester, is a veteran of Greenpower, heading for 55th position. Here's an opportunity to see under the skin of the eventual winner, Turbo Tortoise, as the bodywork comes off. The batteries are taken out. There's feverish work by the 6 mechanics, including strapping in the driver. Once the batteries are changed, the terminals are strapped on. And then, the car is ready to go back into the race again. Note the totally enclosed Perspex top.
I crunched this. Alright, go.
Down it comes. And the Turbo Tortoise is ready to go again. Trouble for Chatham House's new aluminium left it 65th at the end. Major work on the front suspension wishbone for Optima from Lambton School, Hounslow. The problem seems to be cured with superglue. Uckfield Community Technical College's Fluffy Dice suffered more than its usual share of bad luck. The carrossery Kestrel from Teesdale School shows its vintage car heritage as it heads for an excellent 20th place. Tendring Technical College's Fat Man has evolved over the years. The St Philip Howard girls in Fireblade overtake Portsmouth Grammar School's Flying Phantom, whose battery mounting is trailing. The new team from Teesdale School, County Durham, overtakes the experienced Outwood Aztecs. Thumbs up from Cardinal Newman School's New Sense as it overtakes Trinity School Croydon's TSR1, finishing 5 places ahead of it. Heathfield Community College's Asphalt 4 takes to the grass instead, and its driver eventually gets out. Close racing, the girls in St Swithin's Bluebird hold off Sandbach High School's 7-geared Cork 2. New team, new car. This time, Seaford College from just the other side of the South Downs made it, and what a debut. Accelerate finds itself decelerated. The girls from Ludlow High School out in the grass. Close racing at St Mary's for Trentham High School's Straight Jacket, and the girls from St Mary's School, Colchester. The AGM Flyer looks less happy. Ballybroom High School's Flower Power went on a severe diet before finishing 52nd at Goodwood. Not so one of the Greenpower marshals. The Turbo Tortoise stopped at the side of the circuit, but still won. Trouble for the trundling turtle from the Dane Court Grammar School in Kent. The University of Brighton provides technical sideshows for the younger spectators and some of the team members to help pass the time during the race. The lap timing used in the 6-hour events has been developed over the last 6 years, from the simple hand count to a system whereby every car has every lap recorded, with the information being freely available after the races. All the top 20 cars have transponders fitted and their laps are recorded automatically. All cars have their laps counted by manual entry via a keyboard into a PC. This provides the information that continually updates VDU scoreboards. There's also a full manual count to back up the PC-based system. Nothing is left to chance. This is the 4th Danny Boyle back built by the Daniel James Community College, South Wales. Here undergoing a battery change. Note the big solar panels. They were heading for their second best ever result. Here's a neat pit stop for Deep Purple from the Bexley Business Academy. As well as the neatly hinged bodywork, it has a 6-speed gearbox, suspension and Ackerman steering. Not quite such a quick stop for the AGM Flyer from Tabor High School, who will spend much of the race in the pits. The Renegades from Norfolk is a tale of perseverance, finishing 53rd. Ultima easily beat teammate Optima. It's the St Mary's girls in Contrary Mary. They would beat teammates Meteor. KGSI's centre of gravity was lowered for Goodwood to stop it rolling. It finished 41st. The veteran Trug from the Wheel School, never out of the top 3 in 4 years of racing. St Swithin's Bluebird beat teammates Roadworks by 6 places. Colchester Royal Grammar School's Purple Blazer 2 is white, heading for 30th place. The Wheels School's new Super Truck showing its speed. Flying the Union Jack is Kingston Grammar School, heading for 69th place. St Philip Howard's Greyhound just missed 2nd place last year and would have to give best to teammates Fireblade this year. Finally, it's all over. The checkered flag for number 3. The winners. Quarrendon Upper School's Top Cat wins the Greenest Car Award. At the end of the 2004 race, there was less than a lap between the first 2 cars, and many position changes were still occurring in the last few minutes as tired batteries slowed cars down suddenly, allowing chasing cars to nip by. A great debut for the new Super Trug in 2nd place. Dixon CTC Pop Rivet finished in 19th place. Danny Boyelbach finishes in 14th place. Flying the flag for Wales. St Peter's Counterpoint Team Barracuda finishes an excellent 6th, winning the Most Improved Car Award. The Grove College's Grove Thing finishes in a fine 9th place. Teesdale's The Carrosserie Kestrel comes in 20th on their debut, making the long trip from County Durham worthwhile. St Swithin's Bullet finishes in 12th. Many of the cars at this stage are running low on battery power, and some only just make it. An excellent 4th place for St Philip Howard's Fireblade. The veteran Trug had to make do with 6th this time, but led home St Swithin's Roadworks, which finished 13th. Ansford Community College's Anonymous finished 43rd. Cambridge's Second Support Exclusive 2 finished 30 placed up on its seeding in 45th place. Reverse fortunes for Trinity School's TSR 1, which finished 21st, and a great debut for Seaford College's Team 2, which finished 3rd. Slindon College won the spirit of Greenpower in spite of aluminium finishing 56th. Team Exocet's new Iranian 236 finished a disappointing 44th. Bruton School for Girls picked up the Innovation Award with their wooden wedge-shaped Goodwood. Twynham School's new Twynham Racing 2 finished 24th. Churches College made a fine debut with Zeus finishing 10th. St Swithin's Bluebird finished 7th. And just outside the top 10 was Tendring's Distinctive Fat Man in a good 11th place. King Arthur's Community College brought their KA into an excellent 15th place on their Greenpower debut. Sandbach High School came down from Cheshire and finished 5 places higher than the previous year in their complete and utter chaos with 35th place. Eltham College made their Greenpower debut with 25th place in the final. Slindon College took the Spirit of Greenpower Award with their MBA, which finished 68th. And finally, the Walking Wounded. But they finished after 6 hours of gruelling racing and quite a lot of gruelling work in the pits as well. Tabor High School's Blue Streak made it to the finish, but was down in 59th place, the second of the school's 3 entries. Best finisher was Green Machine in 28th place.
We start with 3rd place, which is car number 10 from Seaford College, called Team 2 by us because they had a Team 1 which didn't come and a Team 2. And they did 67 laps, which is 160.8 miles, which is exactly equal to the current lap record, race record from last year. So that's the 3rd place car equaled the current 6-hour record. So would they like to come up, the team from Seaford College? Come and get your bronze medals. Well done, lads. Everybody. Drivers and kick through, all 12 of you. And having pliers with you won't help you get to. You're not, no threatening behaviour.
Make sure Laura's with you because she drove.
It's actually a remarkable performance that for a first final to actually equal the record from last year. Right, thanks a lot. In 2nd place, maintaining the tradition of the wheel school and always being placed but never winning, We have Super Truck, though, has taken over from the truck, and it did an astonishing 70 laps, 168 miles, which for a brief moment is a new record. So would the team from Wheel School Super Truck come up, please?
Give him a big shout now, give yourself a big roar. Hello guys.
Right, now the top car now, as we all know today, remarkable appearance of Turbo Tortoise from First Platt School in Maidenhead, which did 71 laps, which is obviously now a new record of 170.4 miles. The Platinum Award is still safe at 180. I dare say if it hadn't had a few troubles, it would have actually been the first car ever to complete the 180, which when you think about it is a continual average speed of 30 miles an hour for 6 hours. So this is only just under it. So we've got the Ford Challenge Shield, gold medals and the trophy. Can you come up please, the team from Turbo Tortoise? I would just ask that for next year you could change the name to Turbo Turtle, because it's much easier to say.
That's what Luke said.
Right. Spare anyway, you've had it.
Another final is over and new records set. Turbo Tortoise has set a new standard for aerodynamic car design and mechanical perfection. Despite its advanced appearance, its construction in the school from thin plywood shows what can be achieved. What will 2005 bring? We can't wait to see.